Good day, Joe Walmart, FUBAReditorials. Today's topic is about law enforcement effectiveness. The particular topic of interest is, do enforcement policies just act as a means to fund a public service? This particular issue of interest to me is speed enforcement today, and it can be viewed as public harassment disguised as a social good. October 11th was Thanksgiving Day in Canada, which I'm from, and at the start of that weekend, the Ontario Police, who look over our highways, launched something called Operation Impact. It was supposed to be a blitz, an aggressive blitz by the officers to enforce laws related to dangerous driving, whatever that is, and speeding. What's of interest, that is, of October 12th, day after the weekend, the fatalities on Ontario highways was higher than average. So we have to ask ourselves, what was the purpose of Operation Impact? Because given the high fatality rate and the program, the future rationale of police will be, well, we need more money. We haven't done a good enough of a job. Yeah, that's analogous to in the 60s and the 70s when we had babies being born to unwed mothers, thinking that they needed additional sex education and birth control methods, which they have today, and the birth control numbers are astronomical. So we have to look at this type of policy as to what it actually is trying to do. I believe that a lot of these policies, currently in the financial difficulties that a lot of municipalities and cities are finding themselves in, are really a means to fund their coffers, another form of taxation, but in so doing really harasses the public. For example, in Toronto, where I am from, in the last few months, there has been a very aggressive attempt by the Toronto police to routinely catch speeders. Toronto, for example, has the highest number of speed cameras at intersections of any city in North America. Police are now driving in unmarked cars. They're hiding behind trees, abutments, any place to catch speeders. And most of these places are in locations where it's the speed limit just seems to be unnecessarily low. And I'm not saying that there's safety issues, but certainly great areas to locate yourself. And by the way, the police will never say that there are any speed traps in the cities and that there's no quotas. There may not be any quotas, but if you're an officer who just hasn't issued too many tickets in the last week or month, I know what you're going to be doing at the start of your shift. So I just want to really make the point that a lot of these so-called programs and policies aimed at improving social good are really just a bunch of BS. And I personally believe that the police are also getting a bit of jollies out of doing this law enforcement, because it's simple. You're just attacking citizens when the real crime is going unpunished. The guy who's been let out of the courts for dangerous driving or speeding, he's out on the road. And other criminals. And so I think it makes them feel good that they're catching people and that they're doing something. I really think it's a misguided policy. So the FUBAR BS Award today on this subject of enforcement as harassment goes to the Toronto Police Chief and chiefs of other municipalities and of the Ontario government too, to keep fostering a policy which is really FUBAR. So to you, gentlemen, enjoy.